Hello guys, welcome to my channel, The Medical World. This is Kanika Arora in front of you, and today is our new topic of the video, that is the key terms related to infection and its control. So it will be very interesting topics. I will explain you each and every term in detail. So let's start. Our topic is key terms for infection and preventing control. It is very interesting topic and you will learn the key terms related to the infection and how we can control that. I hope this will help you in your medical school. First, we will learn about the asepsis. What is asepsis? It is the state of being free from disease causing microorganisms. Which are disease causing microorganisms? First is bacteria, virus, fungi, and parasites. And there are two types of or categories you can say of asepsis. First one is medical and second one is surgical. The second term is bacteria. It is made up of single cell microorganism and it is a type of biological cell. It is typically a very few micrometer in length, as well as it has number of shapes ranging from spheres to rods, or it can be spiral too, and it grows on living and dead organism. Our next topic is most important, that is the biohazard waste. You can also say it biomedical or hospital waste. It is any kind of waste which contains any infectious material or any biomedical waste which is from hospitals or laboratory, that comes under the category of the biohazard waste. As well as the research laboratory waste is also the biohazard waste, which contains biomolecules or organisms which are mainly restricted from environment release. So mainly these kinds of waste are dumped or categorized as biomedical because it is harmful for the environment. And if we want to dump this type of waste, there are special bins, you can say, in the hospitals for these type of waste. And if it is released in the environment, it will cause the harmful damage to it. Our most important key term is Clostridium diffi. It is a bacterium that causes diarrhea and colitis. It is the most common cause of infectious diarrhea in the hospitalized people in the industrial world, and one of the most common infection in hospital and in long-term care facilities. So it is basically kind of bacteria that causes the problem of diarrhea. Next one is the Cloney nice. It is the basically habitat on which the bacteria grow in the specific regions of the body and survive as a part of the person's normal flora. Next key term is communicable disease. I think we all are familiar with this kind of key term, communicable disease. That is the illness which is caused by the infectious agent or its toxins that occurs through the direct or indirect transmission of the infectious agent and its products from the infected individual or via an animal vector or the innate environment to the susceptible animal or host. Next one is the communicable phase. It is the period of communicability, that is the time during which the infectious agent may be transferred directly or indirectly from an infected person to another person, from an infected animal to humans, and from an infected person to animals. The other name of communicable phase is called infectious period. Next one is contamination. Contamination is the presence of the consequent impurity or some other undesirable element that spoils, corrupts, infects, makes unfit, makes inferior a material, physical body, natural environment, workplace, etc. Next one is most important, which is very important to learn, and you can listen this term in the hospital too, which is the disinfection. It is the process of being to microorganisms, including the pathogen. The next term that we use in our daily time, that is the droplet. It is the drop of the liquid. You can say the droplet of medication, cough droplets, or you can say sneezing droplets, right? So it is mainly the droplets of liquid. Next one is the endospore. Endospore is the protective shell that surrounds the bacteria which is dormant, that means which is growing, and viruses which protects them from the external harm. It is basically the protective covering that protects the growing bacteria and viruses to cause harm. Next one is the febrile respiratory illness. It is a term which is used to describe a wide range of respiratory infections, which can be cold, infections, pneumonia, or anything that spreads through droplets. Now we will learn about the term fomite. It is any non-living object that is capable of carrying the infection organisms from one place to another. It is basically a carrier, but it is non-living in nature. Next one is the familiar key term, that is the fungi. It is the microbe that live only on an organic matter such as plant and animals. It grows only on that. Last key term is the hand hygiene. It is the process of cleaning hands. We all know, we have seen in the hospitals when near the wash basin, the steps of hand hygiene is written, and it is very important to follow this kind of steps used for the hand hygiene, and it really prevents in control of microorganism and helps in the infection control. Thanks for watching my channel. I hope you like this video, and this video is very important as these are the key terms which you will should be familiar with when you start your placements in the hospital or in the nursing school. You should know this type of terms, and if you know this type of terms and apply it in your practical knowledge, this will really help in the infection control. So next time I'm coming with more key terms. I hope you enjoy like this video. If you like this video, please comment it how you like and what are the improvements I should make. Thank you.